Christina. This is Al. He's been telling me for a decade that he's practically a doctor. So we decided to test that theory. Seriously though, he's not a doctor. He's an idiot. And honestly, medicine is constantly changing, so I'm probably wrong too. The point is, this is not medical advice.
Help. Good morning.
Good morning. How are you today?
Good. What have we got?
Great. I have a 16-year-old male patient. He is 56 kilos. Complains of chest pain for 2 days. He has allergies to bee stings and dairy. No past medical history. Heart rate of 96. Sinus rhythm. Blood pressure 96/42. Respiratory rate of 16. Tmax of 99.2 and an O2 sat of 98%. He's alert and oriented ×4. Pupils are perla. 2+ pulses. A brisk cap refill. No murmur. Lung sounds are clear. There's no distress noted. He had a cough and fever 2 weeks ago. But he's feeling, well, I mean, besides the chest pain, feeling better today. He's had a poor appetite for the last few days. His skin is warm and dry. His gait is steady. He had the cough and fever 2 weeks ago. His home meds, he's got an EpiPen on standby. Mm-hmm. No access yet. We've drawn some labs. CRP came back to 40, ProCal of 3.2, WBC's 24,000, BNP 6,000. We did the first set of troponins at 0.34.
0.34.
Yep.
Very good.
So that's what I got for you.
Okay, so we've got allergic to bee stings and dairy.
Yes.
Point where he's got an EpiPen on standby.
Yes.
Okay.
Hasn't used it.
Hasn't used it. So it's because it's standby. Right.
Yeah.
Use it if we need it.
Yes.
I'm a doctor.
Of course.
I think that we have chest pains. We know if he's how active he is?
He's fairly active. I think he's on the cross country team at school.
Okay.
Heard him talking about that.
Okay. What was the temperature?
99.2.
Okay, so we basically don't have a fever, and we just some chest pains, huh? 2 weeks. Yeah. 2 weeks. 2 weeks ago he was sick.
2 weeks ago he was sick. It took him a few days to recover.
Right.
And now he's having chest pain for 2 days.
2 days of chest pain.
Yeah.
But no cough.
Not anymore. No.
Not anymore. He coughed and then he stopped coughing, and now his chest still hurts.
Yes.
Okay. We've tried walking it off, I'm assuming.
He did. I mean, he didn't walk here, but he did walk in the door on his own. He is ambulatory.
Well, that's a mystery.
It's a good thing you're a great doctor detective.
I don't want to brag or anything, but I am very well known in the medical community. So
I am sure you are.
Absolutely. What we're gonna do here is did we already get a chest x-ray?
Not yet.
Let's get a chest x-ray and let's check his lungs and his heart. Because those are things in your chest. So we're gonna go
There's also some ribs.
Oh, did he break a rib? Let's check him we would know. Well, the chest x-ray would be how we check that. I've already thought of that.
That would show a broken rib,
I've clearly already thought of that. So let's do that. Let's get an ultrasound of the heart and lungs.
Okay.
And an EKG of the heart. Have we listened for anything in the lungs? We did our normal.
Yes, they were clear.
They were clear? Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, let's run those tests. Those are tests we would run.
Those are tests we would run.
Mm-hmm.
So your chest x-ray came back normal.
Okay.
No broken ribs.
Great.
His heart, the ultrasound. So when I ordered the ultrasound of the lungs, they seemed very confused, but they said they'd try. Didn't see anything abnormal, although it's not.
Right. Well, I said lungs and heart.
The EKG showed some discrepancies in the QRS, some changes. Well, that's all I can tell. I mean, I'm not
right. He needs to go
able to read that.
Let's take him to a cardiologist and have them.
We'll consult cardiology?
Yes. Check cardiology.
Do you want me to run any additional lab work?
Wait, did we ultrasound the heart?
Oh, yes, I'm sorry. The heart did show a little bit of fluid around the lining of the heart.
Oh. So
His
then...
function looked slightly diminished.
Slightly diminished. Okay, let's keep a sharp eye on that.
Sure. Don't we just ask him to hold the ultrasound probe there?
Well, don't be ridiculous. Just monitor. Let's keep a real sharp eye on blood pressure and heart rhythms. We have monitors that do that.
His most recent blood pressure was 86/54.
That's low. So let's give him medicine to make his heart rate.
Most recent heart rate was 108.
That's not terrible. It seems a little fast, but the blood pressure is a little low. No, get me the cardiologist right away.
Cardiologist, gotcha.
Yep.
I'll consult them. Hopefully they'll show up eventually.
There's no, give them the medicine. Give them
the medicine. All of the medicine?
Just all of them. I'm just a hose, not like a line. I want a full like garden hose.
Just tell them to open up.
Just all. No, IV. It needs to get to it faster.
Sorry, my bad.
So just right in there.
So you'd like me to put in an IV?
No, well, I don't care how you can decide. But let's do the medicine that speeds up that increases blood pressure.
Okay, like an epinephrine or a dopamine?
Wait, the epinephrine, he's using an EpiPen.
I mean, he hasn't used it. It's on standby.
Yeah, but he's... Yeah, like just a little bit of epinephrine. Just
a smidge of epi.
A smidge of epi. As a matter of fact, if you could make sure that's SMIDGE, smidge.
Got it.
Thank you.
I'll write that in the order.
Thank you. I want to make sure we get the dosage is very important.
Pharmacy loves you.
All right, that's what I got.
All right, see how it works.
Next patient.
You killed them. So our myocarditis patient.
A myocarditis?
Myocarditis.
Mm-hmm.
Inflammation of the musculature of the heart. The muscle layer of the heart.
It was the heart.
It was the heart. Well done. You were in the right body system.
I was.
Not a broken rib.
Not a broken rib. Lungs were fine.
Although that is a good thing to rule out, right? In a young a teenager, an adolescent male who's active, a broken rib is not a bad thing to rule out. So the chest x-ray is good.
Mm-hmm.
A chest x-ray can also give you if there's like any kind of pneumonia or something like that, since he was recently ill.
Right.
That would rule that out. You could also see if there's enlargement of the heart.
Mm-hmm.
Can rule out some congenital heart disease and things like that. More chronic issues with the heart.
Okay.
So chest x-ray was a good point. We don't ultrasound lungs typically. I mean, I will say I have had doctors do ultrasounds at the bedside because they have one in the unit and they just look at the lung to see if there's fluid. So you can technically ultrasound any part of the body, but that's not typically something we order.
All right, that's fine.
But we do an ultrasound of the heart. It's called an echocardiogram.
Right. Is an EKG just an ultrasound of the heart?
No.
Okay.
Echocardiogram, or an echo for short, is an ultrasound of the heart.
Okay, that's different than an EKG.
EKG shows the rhythm of the heart from 12 different angles.
So how did I kill him?
So that pleural effusion that showed up on the echo was larger than what they saw on the echo and ended up squeezing the heart so that it couldn't pump blood effectively. Then the patient went into ventricular tachycardia and he died. You would have needed to drain that with a pericardiocentesis.
Oh, yes, obviously, the pericardiocentesis.
Pericardiocentesis. Put a needle into the sac.
I should have realized that we needed to get the liquid. You told me there was liquid around the heart.
Drain the fluid.
And I should have realized we needed to get the fluid out of there.
And a lot of times they'll actually leave a drain in because that fluid will continue to develop while the myocarditis is healing.
Gotcha.
So often they'll get a pericardial drain.
Gotcha. Well, that was not my worst.
You were not your worst. This patient had a little hope. So the elevated troponin is what should have tipped you off. Also, additional lab work. You want to get troponins every 8 hours because want troponins. It's an enzyme that's released when muscle is working really hard or inflamed, and it's specific to cardiac muscle.
Gotcha.
So every 8 hours you draw a troponin, and if it continues going up, you know it's continuing to get worse. If it starts to go down, then we know we're getting better.
Okay.
Okay. If you had asked for additional troponins, it would have been 0.42, then 0.56. So elevating.
Yeah, we're not. It's good to know.
Just for future reference. So viral illnesses are common causes of myocarditis. So him being sick a few weeks ago, that doesn't always show up in the history. Sometimes they'll be like, I don't know, I just started having random chest pain, and they totally forgot that they had the flu 2 weeks ago.
Gotcha.
So we will also draw additional labs, like a lot of blood, like all the blood, like 25 mLs of blood, to send all of the viral panels. We do HIV testing,
Gotcha.
all kinds of crazy hepatitis, check for mono, all these viruses that could cause inflammation. What tends to happen is it can be the virus itself attacking the heart muscle, or it could be the body's response to that virus, releasing all these inflammatory properties, causing inflammation in the heart muscle. So things you're going to do, there's iffy data. Often we'll give Motrin Q6 hours to help reduce inflammation, but there is some recent data that's showing that that really doesn't help the healing process and could cause it to slow down instead. So that's debatable, whether you give Motrin or not. You definitely want to do the echo, which you did, and then followed by the pericardiocentesis if there's fluid there. The serial troponins, which we talked about. If you're not seeing improvement in those troponins, you want to consider an IVIG infusion, which gives the patient IgG, which is a property that helps reduce inflammation.
Got it.
In the body.
Okay.
So they can get that, may need multiple doses. And then keep monitoring their rhythm with an EKG. If they go into ventricular tachycardia, you're in big trouble.
Yeah, we
So
are.
they code and died, which is how you killed your patient.
Well, maybe I didn't kill the next one.
You did.
I absolutely did.
As always, please check the website for additional links if you want more information on myocarditis.
And please remember, don't listen to us. I mean, me especially, but like...
Me. Medicine changes.
Double check. Thanks, everybody.
Thanks.